Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove a product from a watch list using PHP JavaScript. This feature is very common in modern websites like Amazon, eBay, and Course Marketplace, where users can save items and remove them later. In this tutorial, we will focus only on the removal process. So in the watchlist page, you can remove an item by clicking the watchlist icon. So after all the products are removed, it will show an empty message. The removal process includes three main parts. First, the remove button in the watchlist card. Second, the JavaScript code that sends the request to the server. And third, the PHP backend process that deletes the product from the database. Now let's see the code. Inside my project, I have two files related to the watchlist removal. The first file is watchlist.php, which displays the watchlist items and contains the remove button. The second file is watchlist process.php, which handles the database logic for removing the item. Let's start with watchlist.php. First, we create a remove button inside each product cart. In this project, I'm using a heart icon as a watchlist button. The important part of this button is the data attribute called data product ID. This stores the product ID of the current product. We will later use this ID in JavaScript to tell the server which product should be removed from the watchlist. Inside the button, we simply display an SVG heart icon. Now we move to the JavaScript part of the watchlist page. First, we select the container that holds all watchlist products. This container has the ID watchlist grid. Here we add a click event listener to the grid container. Instead of attaching an event to every button individually, we use event delegation. This means the container listens for clicks and detects if a heart button was clicked. When the user clicks somewhere inside the grid, we check if the clicked element belongs to a heart button. The closest method finds the nearest element with the class WL heart. If the click was not on a heart button, we display stop the function. We simply stop the function. Next, we prevent the default behavior and stop event propagation. This prevents the click from triggering other events like opening the product page. Now we retrieve the product ID from the button. Remember earlier we stored the product ID inside data product ID. JavaScript can access it using data set product ID. This ID tells the server which product should be removed from the watchlist. Now we prepare the data to send to the server. We create a form data object and add the product ID to it. This will be sent to the backend PHP file. Next, we use the fetch API to send a post request to the server. The request goes to watchlist process PHP. The server will process the request and remove the product from the database. The server returns a JSON response. We convert the response into a JavaScript object so we can check the results. If the removal was successful, the server returns two values, success equal true and the action equals removed. Now we remove the product card from the page. We search the card using the same product ID. Once we find the card element, we simply call remove. This deletes the card from the DOM instantly without refreshing the page. After removing the card, we also update the watchlist counter. We decrease the item count and update the text displayed on the page. Now, let's look at the backend logic that actually removes the product from the database. First, we receive the product ID that was sent from the JavaScript. Then we check if the product already exists in the user's watchlist. If the product exists, we execute a delete query to remove it from the watchlist table. Finally, we send a JSON response back to JavaScript confirming that product was removed. And that's how we implement the product removal process in watchlist system. We started with the remove button, then used JavaScript and the fetch API to send the product ID to the server. Finally, the PHP backend removed the product from the database and returned a JSON response. This approach allows the page to update instantly without reloading, which creates a much better user experience. Thanks for watching.